So when I hear statistics, I often tend to go to sleep. So I'm hoping that you'll stay awake just for a couple here. So people are always shocked when I let them know that $90 billion every year is spent on purchasing medical devices and mobile health apps in the developing world. Okay? $90 billion is spent purchasing medical devices and mobile health apps in the developing world. If that number isn't shocking enough, what about 70% of the medical devices that are purchased for the developing world don't work in the developing world? Let that sink in for a moment. Now, the consequence of that, or one consequence of that, is that 3 billion people have no access to health care. So I'm a happy person, but this really pisses me off. So it seems to me that this is actually, of the many, many problems in the world that can't be solved, this is one that can be solved. So there's a disconnect between, what our intention, that $90 billion, nobody's spending it just for nothing. There's well-meaning people who are making the equipment, who are purchasing the equipment, and who are acquiring the equipment. But it's not connecting in terms of actually serving the need that's there. So my work in the world now is dedicated to filling the gap, bridging the disconnect between the innovators who are designing and manufacturing and selling these devices for the good of all beings, the people who are in the middle, who are doing their best to source, procure, and distribute these devices for the good of all beings, and the health workers on the other end who are desperately trying to use every resource they have to serve these enormous populations who need what they have to offer. So in the last almost 2 years, I have put myself, towards this venture of creating an organization called BioMedLink, which is designed to bring all of those stakeholders on that value chain together. And where I am I'm clearly passionate, clearly inspired, right? Clearly determined, very tenacious. I'm a great connector. And I'm really frustrated and stuck in terms of moving this thing forward.
So Terry,
yeah.
Right here's the perfect time then. Just capture and articulate in terms of aspirations. Like if you can give us maybe a sentence or just some very clear words.
Well, the aspiration is to systematize serendipity in global health.
Awesome.
All right? So that's my tagline for BioMedLink, is systematizing serendipity in global health. So all those amazing stories that you hear about or experienced, I went on this safari and, we met the driver and the driver took us to his village and we heard about, the kids there who all have something. And so we went back and our cousin works for this hospital and they had an extra x-ray machine and we sent it there and that's the end of the story. Everybody gets inspired. But that's not the end of the story.
Which leads us to... challenges.
Yes, challenges. So my aspiration, systematizing serendipity in global health, the challenges right now that I'm facing are, where's my team? Where's our funders? That's about it. Everything else is terrific.
Speaking of which,
yes,
where might your supports be?
Well, this room seems like a really great place. Franchise for Humanity. I feel deeply supported in, people like, yeah, this is such a great idea. Go for it, girl. And something more will be necessary in order to take the next step. So I'm sharing with you with the complete confidence that somehow this touches on something or someone, people in your networks, ways that we can collaborate. There's a lot more that I could say, but I am going to be, off stage in just a second.
That's right. The shepherd's hook's coming
Thank
out
you
right now.
so much. Thank you.
Ask for a show of hands so you see who wants to help you with your aspiration right now.